Hello student, before we have seen the superficial flexors of the forearm, in this video we are going to see the deep flexors of the forearm. There are only 3 deep flexors of the forearm. I have put 4 shapes to differentiate between the superficial and the deep flexors, so you can see clearly deep flexors of the forearm. So just start from the laterally. Okay, the first muscle is a flexor pollicis longus, origin from the anterior surface of the radius and inserted at the distal phalanx of the thumb. The large deep muscle is a flexor digitorum profundus, which is also called as a hybrid muscle, origin from the anterior and medial surface at the posterior border of the ulna along with the interosseous membrane. This is superficial, and this is the deep profundus and inserted at the base of the distal phalanx of the medial 4 digits. The quadrangular muscle you can see clearly over here is a pronator quadratus muscle, which origin from the lower 1/4 of the ulna to the inserted at the lower 1/4 of the radius. You can see clearly the anterior interosseous nerve and the interosseous membrane over here, which is directed downward medially. The anterior interosseous nerve is a branch of the median nerve. You can see clearly the fibers of the interosseous membrane. Pronator quadratus helps in the pronation with the pronator teres. So this is flexor pollicis, flexor digitorum profundus and the pronator quadratus. These are the 3 deep flexors of the forearm. In this picture, you can see clearly the main vessels of the forearm. So you can see this is the lateral side or the radial side of the forearm, and this is the medial or the ulnar side of the forearm. You can see why lateral, because you can see the bulging muscle over here. This is the brachioradialis, and the oblique muscle, this is the medial epicondyle, and the oblique muscle is a pronator teres. So this is the medial epicondyle and this is the lateral epicondyle of the humerus. So this is the radial side and this is the ulnar side of the forearm. So the main vessels in the forearm is a radial artery and the ulnar artery. The radial artery origin in the cubital fossa. The brachial artery divides into 2, the radial artery, which is a superficial, and one deep artery, that is a ulnar artery. The radial artery is in the full course in the forearm, it is a superficial. At the wrist, it is a more superficial and it lies lateral to the flexor carpi radialis longus. At this site is considered as a common site for the radial pulsation. Common site for the radial pulsation. Lateral to the flexor carpi radialis, you can feel the radial pulsation. Though the radial artery is superficial in the forearm, in the hand it forms the deep palmar arch in the hand. The ulnar artery, which is a deep, which lies deep and forms the superficial palmar arch in the hand. The main nerve supply of the flexor compartment of the forearm or the anterior compartment of the forearm is a median nerve. You can see over here the nerve is a deep, median nerve is a deep, okay, and it also passes deep to the flexor retinaculum, okay. So all the flexors of the forearm is supplied by the median nerve except 1.5 muscle. That one muscle is a flexor carpi ulnaris, and medial half of the flexor digitorum profundus is supplied by the ulnar nerve. Otherwise, all the flexor muscles are supplied by the median nerve. So main nerve of the forearm is a median nerve. Okay. Thank you so much for the listening. If you like the video, please
subscribe and share it to your friend. Thank you so much.